There are exactly two people who are ever going to read your college essay, your mom and your regional admissions officer. But most people think that it gets read by the full committee. So in this video, I'm going to walk you guys through step by step how your application actually gets read when you apply to an Ivy League school. Most people don't understand how big Ivy League admissions actually is, but schools like Penn got almost 75,000 applications last cycle. So for a school like that to read all those applications in such a short period of time, they need to have an industrial scale process for getting through all the applications. And that starts with an initial read. Admission officers don't want to waste their time on candidates that have no shot whatsoever of getting in, and that's what the initial read is meant to weed out. In this case, your regional reader will actually go through the stack of applications assigned to them with a quick 30-second glance just to look over your grades, SAT scores, and a couple other high-level credentials to make sure you at least have a chance of getting in. And in this case, they'll usually eliminate about half the people who applied, putting them onto a pile to be considered last in the admissions process. If you pass the initial read, the second step is a deeper read and scoring. In this case, they're going to take the time, usually around 4 or 5 minutes each, to read through your full application and give you scores for every category they consider. They actually have a rubric for this. So they give you a score for your personality, for your academics, for your extracurriculars, for your essays, for letters of rec, for every feature of your application. And that score turns into a literal number that then determines the priority by which the full committee is going to review your application. Now that the stack of applications are organized and prioritized, they go to the full committee. Now, a full committee is usually a group of between 7 to 15 college admissions officers that are going to hear a brief summary of your application from the 1 or 2 regional admissions officers that will actually read your application and then vote on whether or not you get in. So keep in mind, the majority of the people, I mean like almost everybody except for 1 or 2 people on that whole committee, have never actually read your application. They're just relying on the summary from that reader. And that's it. Depending on how many votes you get in that committee, you either get accepted, waitlisted, or rejected. And that's how Ivy League colleges determine who they're going to take. Now, the exact process will vary a little bit depending on which school you're talking about and which year you apply. But the main thing I want you guys to take away from this is that the entire strength of your candidacy depends on how well that regional reader advocates for you in the committee. And this should change everything about how you write your application. Your essay can't be some giant convoluted mess. It has to be a very clear message that expresses to the regional reader why they should go out of their way to advocate on your behalf. Because if they like you and they fight for you, that's what's going to get you in.